Girl or boy? Viola. Okay, now let me ask some questions. Neha, Athani, Neha. Neha, can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
Neha, what is the difference between inline and internal CSS?
Ma'am, in inline CSS, we write the CSS code in the HTML in one page itself.
In inline? Neha, I did not get. Can you explain the difference between inline and internal CSS or inline and internal styles?
In inline, we write the code inside the tag itself.
Inside the CSS code,
Yeah,
isn't it? Okay,
yeah,
in
ma'am.
the element itself. Okay. Internal,
And in internal, we write the code in the head tag.
okay. Is there any attribute or tag we have to use in inline and internal?
Ma'am, in internal, we use style tag.
In internal, we will use style tag, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Inline, how will you write the CSS style definition in inline?
Ma'am, inside this, inside, if we are using paragraph tag, then inside the paragraph tag we write that.
But directly inside the paragraph tag, we can write the style definition, CSS code. Can we? Or any other tag or attribute we need?
Style attribute, ma'am.
That is very important. The
Yeah, ma'am.
moment when I said inline, you have to remember style attribute. The moment when I said it, waiting in the lobby. The moment I said internal CSS, you have to remember style tag. External CSS, you have to remember link tag.
Yes,
Link
ma'am.
tag, style attribute. Fine. Ajinkya, Ajinkya, can you
Yes, ma'am.
unmute? What are the attributes we have to use within the link tag?
href,
Okay.
rel,
Okay. What is REL?
relative,
Relative link. Okay, fine. Okay. Now universal selector, by putting asterisk in the place of selector name, you will write the universal selector. Okay. Next come to element type selector, that is only we saw. This is very commonly used, element type selector. Okay. This is element type selector. We use element, that means we use element in the place of, we will write the selector as element name. Okay. So element type selector, P, paragraph is a tag, but here it is a selector. And within the bracket, you will write the style definition, style declaration. You will declare the styles. Okay. So this is element type selector. We have ID selector. One of you asked, okay, what is ma'am ID we have to give? So what is ID selector? ID selector, I have given example because you may ask, ma'am, why in the previous two you did not give? Because that you can easily write within the style tag. Okay, assume that internal CSS you're writing. Here you will write style opening tag, here you will write style close tag, and the rest all should come. Okay, rest all the all the body content, whatever you want to give, and head, all those will come. Okay, it's very simple. I no need to write a complete program for that. Okay, and element type selector, I did not add the example because we used that only in many examples. Okay, so now come to Samar in lobby. Now, when we see the ID selector, this is another way. Oh, Rama. So, when we use ID selector, we have to use the style definition like this. Okay. ID selector, when we use the style in the place of the selector, you will use some ID. Okay. Here error is ID. This is the not predefined one. Anything you can use. Okay. So some ID. This is the ID, but the ID should be prefixed with the hash. Remember, hash some ID, and then as usual the style declaration you will write. Style declaration will come like other selector. Style declaration will not change. We are only seeing about different ways to specify the selector. So only this will vary. Okay. If here asterisk comes, that is called a universal selector. Any tag comes, that is element level selector. Here, if like this hash and followed by any ID, user defined ID comes, that is ID selector. Okay. When you use ID selector, you should not forget to use the ID attribute within the respective element in the body tag. Okay. So now this style definition, for what element, which element you want to give? I want to give P paragraph. So P ID is the attribute name, and the same ID name you have to give here, but without hash. Okay. And then this should be the paragraph content, and then you will close the paragraph. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of giving like this ID? Can any one of you compare writing the selector using ID, that means ID selector, and element level selector? Any one of you can compare these two? Is this have any benefit?
Ma'am,
Yes.
if we select ID, then the code will be running through specific codes only. The code will be run through specific tags only. But if we choose the selector, then all the such code, all similar tags will get run.
Yes. When you use ID like this, in any of the tag, just by adding ID attribute, you can use the style definition. Here you are not restricting the style definition with respect to tag. Okay. Now you want to use some common style definition, whichever tag you want. So then you can go for ID selector. If you have given like this, when you use in the body tag, inside whichever tag you want to give the style definition, you have to just add ID equal to error. Even if you have given any other paragraph or division, if it is there in the body tag, if you write div ID equal to error, within the division also the same style definition is applicable. Okay. So based on your requirement, you have to use how to specify which type of selector you have to use. We have another selector called class selector. Okay. Now in the class selector, the selector should start with the same ID. That means any, here it should be called the class name, but the class name should start with the dot. ID name should, in ID selector, ID name, that means ID should start with the hash. Okay. In class selector, the class name should start with the dot. So in the place of the selector, you will not write element, you will write dot some keyword. The keyword should be the class name. Okay. Okay, inside the body, how will you use? How you use the ID selector? The same way, within any tag, you will write, you will just add class equal to the class name which you had given here. Okay. But here you should not write dot blue. Here only you have to write. In the CSS only you will write dot. Okay. Here you have to use only the class name. Okay. Now what is the advantage here? Here this class name, you can group. Class means what? Always the class attribute is used to group the elements. Group more than one number of elements. If you want to group paragraph and div and any other, for example, H2 tag, all these three tags you want to put in a same class, then you can use class as a selector. Okay. So now this also like ID selector, this will give, this can be used in any of the tags. You can use class inside the P tag, H2 tag, div tag, or the tag, whichever tag you want. Okay. So that is class selector. We have another type of selector called grouping selector. For example, H1, H2, H3, these three tags I want to write some common style definition. At the same time, H1, H2, H3 will have some different style definition too. Okay. So in that case, I can write grouping selector like writing more than one number of selectors in the place of selector. More than one number of selectors. H1, comma. Put, remember, comma you have to put. Okay. H1, comma, H2, comma, H3. All these three tags should have font weight as normal. Okay. We will see what is this font weight and all. We did not study about the properties, all the properties. Okay. So font weight is should not be bold, should not be italic. It should be normal. So where in H1, H2, H3. But at the same time, H1 font size should be 36 pixel. H2 ka font size should be 28 pixel. H3 should be 22 pixel. So like different style definition for different tags, and also some of the common style definition for more than one number of tags if we want to use, you can use grouping selector. Okay. Students, there are other so many selectors also, sub group selector and all that which are not commonly used. Okay, you have to refer only these different selectors. That's enough. Okay. So universal selector, element type selector, ID selector, class selector, grouping selector. Okay. Okay. Now time is 1:30. 2 o'clock we will start the practicals. Okay. In the next lecture, we will see about some of the properties. We can't see all the properties. We see some of the commonly used properties of CSS. Okay. And then we will move to JavaScript. Okay. And during the practical, I will cover the embedding audio, video and all. I said no, that we can do directly in the practical. You will understand. JavaScript
Okay.
we will start. Okay.
Ma'am,
These are the basics you have to know to use the CSS. If you want to refer more attributes, there is a list of attributes which are available in Google. You have to search CSS3 version 3 we are using. Okay, HTML5 we used and CSS3. So CSS3 attributes, not attribute, properties of CSS3. If you type, you will get all the properties. Okay, so you can keep that, you can use in your website. When you develop website, you can keep that for a reference. Okay, you no need to study everything. There are some basics which are very commonly used properties that you have to study. Even in HTML also, there are n numbers of attributes, but very few only we saw. Okay, so if you want to further see all the attributes you want to know, you have to refer the site. That means you have to do the self-study. Okay. Okay. Anything anybody want to ask?
Ma'am,
Yes.
for today's practical, CSS will be included.
Let us see how much we can cover. CSS, I think we can't, because HTML also the other programs. There are 3-4 programs are there. But that we are going to put in a single. I try to put as a single program, 1 or 2 programs. Mostly we will not start CSS today. Okay. But if you all are very quick in typing and you compile without any error, and then we can go for CSS. Okay. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you show that linking of HTML, linking of external CSS to HTML once again, ma'am? Ma'am, my network error had occurred.
External CSS.
Yes, ma'am.
This is external CSS. I showed in the notepad. Now I am showing in the Word file. So this is the code like this, the style definition, whatever you want, you can write in the CSS file. CSS file looks like this. And here there may be variation. You can write, this is the element selector. You can write the universal selector or grouping selector, ID selector or class selector, whatever you want, you can write here. Okay. But the style definition, the declaration of the style will be like this only. Okay. So only the styles will come here, where in CSS file. Now this you will type in a notepad and you will save as .css file. Okay. And then in a separate file, you will write the HTML code. And in that HTML code, within the head tag, you have to add one more tag to link with this external CSS, which is a link tag. Okay. Inside the link tag, there are 2 mandatory attributes, REL, which is relative link. Okay. Relative link. REL denotes relative link. Relative link, which you are going to link, which type of document you are going to link, style sheet you are going to link. So you will write style sheet. Okay. href, you will write the path of the CSS file, this file. This file, suppose you saved as a style.css, you have to write here style.css. Anything else, then that respective file name you have to write here. Okay. So using this line, the link tag, you are giving a link to the CSS file inside the HTML. You are linking this HTML file with the CSS file using link tag with the help of REL and href attributes. Okay, once you have written the link tag, you will close the head tag. Observe the link tag you have to write. You must have written within the head tag only. Okay, and then within the body tag, to use these style definition, you will write the tag. Here body tag and h1 tag you have given style definition. So h1 tag, some text I have written. Now this is heading will be displayed using in orange color, because h1 ka andar I have given what color equal to orange. So this is the only style definition I have given within H1 tag. So H1 tag will take that style definition. Suppose in the same body tag, within the body tag, if I have used another H1 tag, that H1 tag will also take this style definition. Okay. Paragraph tag, I did not write any style definition here. Body tag, I have written background light yellow. So when you see the output of this document, the output background color will be light yellow. And in this entire document, wherever I used text, there the text size will be 18 pixels. The type of the text will be Arial. If the Arial is not available in the user system, then it will take sans serif. Okay.
Thank
Now,
you, ma'am.
about all these properties, no, we will see in the next lecture. What are the properties are there? Because one girl asked, no, ma'am, only these two properties are there. I said, no, there are many. So we will like HTML attributes. The CSS properties are also more. More than HTML attributes, we have CSS properties. Okay. So all the CSS properties we are not going to see. We are going to see only very commonly used. But if you want to refer the properties, a list of properties available, the net you can take and refer. Then you develop a website. Okay, students, thank you. All of you can leave. Join exactly at 2:15. Okay, not at 2 o'clock, 2:15. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
When will you update it today? In the note session?
Sorry.
Will you update it today in the note session?
This, okay, this notes you want. Okay, that I'll do. But one of you, Ajil, please send the reminder message. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.